Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Do Well, Fear Nothing. This week, I just want to talk about focus, the power of focus. And what do I mean by that? Well, recently I've been having trouble at work, just like focusing on the task at hand, executing on things, and I've just been daydreaming a lot. And I still get the work done, but it's not, it's not like that quality, like deep down inside, you can do. It's not your full potential. It's not your best work. So, um, the last couple weeks, I've been kind of wandering around like that. My mind's been wandering around like that, and I haven't been able to focus. And being able to focus is an important thing. But I will tell you, these recent weeks, the most recent week, I've been able to focus, and I'm gonna talk about that. And I'm very happy that that I've been able to do that, and it's because I've started to plan out my week. I've started to set blocks of time, and I've started to do the priority rule. And what does that mean? So I recently I mentioned on this channel that I go to a cafe. I plan out everything I think I'm going to do this week, and I try to figure out and think what is a priority, what might come up, that sort of thing. It's not too deep. It's not like rocket science. It's just saying, hey, what do I need to do? Like what's going to happen this week? And then so I write all that down, all the things I would like what does my ideal week look like if I were to say, hey, this is what I want. So that's what I did. And I started doing that, and it helps me have that sense of purpose and goal. As soon as I wake up, I know what I need to do. There's no questioning about it. And I think if you don't have that, it's just like your mind can drift from thing to thing because you don't know what the priority is. You don't know what the goal is. It's just like, you can just get wrapped up in just bull crap, and it's very annoying. I'm just very annoyed I'm venting at this point, but you guys understand. So the other thing is just being able to set a rule and say, today this thing needs to happen. I don't know why, like how. I don't know what is going to happen in trying to get it accomplished, but this is my goal, right? And so being able to do that has helped me say, hey, this needs to get done today. Whatever happens, this needs to get done. So that's helped me wake up with that sense of purpose. Okay, this is the first thing I need to do. This is the most important thing. If this happens, this is the ideal outcome for today. And that's what I think. And instead of thinking of in terms of hours and dates and minutes, I just think of okay, what would be the ideal outcome for today? And I think about that for doing the dishes. I think about that for doing the laundry. What would be the most advantageous task to do today that would lead into tomorrow, that would help my future self out? And so that's what I do. And then I create so like I said, it's the number one, the number one rule, right? The number one priority rule. And I set that, and then I try to attack that task with all of my energy. And then the other things are just bonuses, right? So that's what I do. And then that has been helped me. That's just helped to calm my mind. Because when your mind's wandering back and forth, and you just get really anxious, and you're just you become, I think part of it's procrastination and being anxious about things you don't know how to start. So, doing a small percentage, 20% of something, of a big task is, even though it's not complete, you got that 20% done. You're taking little bites and pieces. So honestly, just starting it, for me, what I found out, if you open up the can of worms, you can't sort the can of worms until it's open. And even though it is a can of worms, you're not going to know what's in there until that can of worms opens. So even if it's the worst outcome, you can't sort it all out until you take that first step. So that's been my approach, and that's been working out pretty well. And I've been thankful for that, because it's just, a lack of focus is so annoying. I mean, it can just make you feel like you're not doing enough. It can, hurt your confidence. And it's a superpower, being able to focus on the task at hand, to cut through all the distractions and say, no, this is my priority. This is what I'm going to do now. And this is what's going to benefit me for today. This is going to be the ideal outcome. Obviously, you're not always going to achieve that. Best laid plans, that kind of stuff. So you can't always plan for that. But regardless, you need to have a plan and know what you're doing when you wake up. Otherwise, you're just throwing your time, which is the most valuable thing you have, in the air. You're just letting it rip. So I've just been thinking about that, and I just hope this video helps you guys. Hopefully you guys can start planning and, really deciphering what you want out of your day, and then focus on it and just go for it, dude. So thank you very much for watching. This is Do Well, Fear Nothing. And I hope you all have a good one. Thanks.